3.5, perform basic matrix operations. So we'll be doing adding and subtracting and scalar multiplication. There'll be another section for actually multiplying two matrices together and what that looks like. So perform the indicated operation if possible. If not possible, state the reason. So they have to have the same like dimensions to be able to add them. So if you have, well, you know, two things that don't look the same, you obviously can't combine them for adding and subtracting. Multiplying will be a different story, but we'll get there when we get there. So number 4, we have, and I will always read going like across the top row, and then I will go to like the next row when I am saying what's going in there. So 5, 2, and then the next one would be -1, 8. So that's the first matrix. So that's a 2 by 2 matrix plus -8, 10, and -6, 3. So both of those are 2 by 2. So since they're the same, we can combine them, and there is going to result in a 2 by 2. So we go, each spot goes together. So top left goes with top left. So 5 plus -8 is -3. 2 plus 10 is 12. -1 plus -6 is -7. And 8 plus 3 is 11. All right, number 6, we have the matrix 4, -5, 8, 1, minus the matrix stacked 2, -1. So can I do this one? No. Why not?
Because one's 2 by
2 by 2.
2 by 2, and the other one's 1 by 1.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
1 by 2.
rows and columns, so 2 rows, 1 column, so 2 by 1.
2 by 1.
Don't have the same dimensions.
Wait, which ones are vertical and which ones are horizontal again? Aren't columns vertical?
Columns go up and down,
Okay.
because that's why you have the
So
like
it's
columns
rows by
out
column.
on like the youth house, the columns that like hold the portico thingy up.
It's rows by columns, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 1 by 2.
Rows first, then columns. Yep. Let's see. All right, scalar multiplication. Just a quick note, if this had been a minus sign here, make sure you're doing like 5 minus -8. Okay, make sure you like don't ignore this sign. That's why I will always like say it as filling in that in every spot when I do it. Scalar multiplication, number 10. I've got 2 times the matrix -1, 4, 3, -6. So in this case, we just multiply 2 by each piece. So we're still going to get a 2 by 2 matrix. So 2 times -1 is -2. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times -6 is -12. Let's see, 14. We've got 1/2, and then this is a 3 by 3 matrix. -2, 8, 12, 20, negative 1, 0, negative 8, 10, 2. So same thing, we multiply the 1/2 by each number. So 1/2 times negative 2 is negative 1. 1/2 times 8 is 4, as I read an 8. 1/2 times 12 is 6. Then the next one, 1/2 times 20 is 10. 1/2 times negative 1 is negative 1/2. 1/2 times 0 is 0. 1/2 times negative 8 is negative 4. 1/2 times 10 is 5, and 1/2 times 2 is 1. Alright, I'm going to do an odd one, which I don't normally do, but I want to do it to show you something. So negative 2.2 times the 3 by 3 matrix, 6, 3.1, 4.5, negative 1, 0, 2.5, 5.5, negative 1.8, and 6.4. Well, Riley's face just said it all. How would you feel about actually having to do this by hand?
Not too bad.
I'd probably get it wrong.
I could do it, but it would just take longer.
It would take longer. So, I'm going to teach you how to use your best friend to do this. Okay.
Bestie.
So, what we're going to do, do y'all have the problem written down? Okay, so I can take it away for a second. Yours doesn't charge.
It doesn't?
Yours has batteries.
Okay, that's what I thought, but then it's not turning on. I sound so stupid on these videos. It's not turning on. Maybe the battery will have power.
Well, if it's not turning on, then what else could it be, Virginia?
I don't know.
Take the batteries out and flip them
Oh,
around
you know
and see what
happened?
happens.
Actually, I just remember this. I got this. So everything fell out of my backpack and the batteries fell out. And so they were like, oh, yesterday? Yeah, or no, the day before.
So the batteries decided to go fly. Virginia, do you need help? Virginia, let me help you.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
I'm independent.
You're fine.
You put it in the wrong way?
So I just put them in.
Oh.
Okay.
Did you put them in the wrong way?
Yeah, just put them in backwards.
Wow.
Yeah, see, that would also do it.
Or if you just like press the L button and just
Or maybe it's just not charged, you know. That could work too.
Wow, Virginia.
you gotta charge your
What
batteries.
is this? I don't know.
Just press clear. Press clear. Press clear.
Okay, we're good.
Okay. All right, so you're going to hit second, and then this over here, you can't really see it on my screen, but it's x to the negative 1. It says matrix above it, so it should be the fourth button down on the left. And it should bring up a screen that looks like this. So it'll have names, it'll have math, and it'll have edit. So to enter something, we need to go to edit. Hit enter. We need to change this. So we have a 3 by 3 matrix. So if you've never put in a matrix before, yours probably currently says 1 by 1. So you need to hit 3, enter 3. Okay, and then it is going to go left to right and then go down and left to right, down, left to right. Okay, so you're just going to enter the numbers in, and every number, after you click it, you hit enter. For the negative numbers, the negative sign at the bottom of your calculator, not the minus sign over here. These are two different buttons. Okay, so 6, 3.1, 4.5. I'm not going to read them all off because that might end up throwing you off, but. And I would always look back over and make sure your numbers are all right. All right, so once you have them all typed in, hit second and then the mode button up here. So the button side by side, we're going to quit and get out of it. Now, because we have that negative 2.2 times the matrix, we're going to type that in first. So negative 2.2. And then we're going to hit second and then matrix again. So that X to the negative 1 button. Now, A is what I just typed it into. If you ever choose a different one, then you need to obviously know which one you picked. But hit that, hit enter, and it did it for you. Okay, now because it goes off to the side, you'll have to arrow over to see it. If it's just 1 or 2 decimal places that it goes to, you can just copy it down exactly. You will at some point have some that go out like, 10 decimal places, rounded to like 1 or 2. I don't care that much, but the way that I would want you to note that you did it in your calculator is to just show me that you did like negative 2.2 and then matrix A. Like that's how I would want you to note anytime kind of going forward that you do something in your calculator, that's how you did it. And then you can just fill in whatever. Now, usually what I do to make sure that you do know actually how to add, subtract, and multiply to an extent by hand is I will give you a calculator portion and a non-calculator portion of the test. So don't just rely on your calculator unless it's something like, if it's one like this, I'm always going to give you a calculator for it. But the other ones that we've done so far, you should be able to do those by hand, no problem. Now, I'm not opposed to you checking them if I don't specify one way or the other. Like, I'm not opposed to you checking them on your calculator after. It's probably a smart thing to do. There was one time I let them have their calculator, told them they needed to do it by hand, and made some comment about the fact that they could check it, and they didn't, and they got it wrong. And I was like, they're like, I didn't know I could fix it. I was like, why would I let you check it and not let you fix it? Like, it's fine. Okay, the next one's 16 through 23. Okay, these ones are gonna have it gives you 4 matrices at the top of this section, and then it tells you the different things to do. So either add, multiply, subtract, whatever. So I'm gonna write down all 4 of them. This section I will permit you to use your calculator for. Okay, so we're going to put all 4 of them in our calculator in A, B, C, and D in the matrix, and then we will use them to solve some of the problems. And I would recommend when you go to do your homework, either if you need your calculator for another problem earlier on in the section, that you hold off on that problem and come down and do the other ones once we have them all typed in, or start with these ones and work your way backwards. Just a personal preference. So matrix A is going to be 2 by 2, 5, negative 4, 3, negative 1. B is another 2 by 2, 18, negative 12, negative 6, 0. C is a 2 by 3, so it's 1.8, negative 1.5, 10.6, negative 8.8, 3.4, and 0. D, I'm gonna have to write it below, is a 2 by 3, so 7.2, 0, negative 5.4, 2.1, negative 1.9, 3.3. So, like with problem 18, it says 4a minus b. I will know you're doing them in your calculator, so you do not need to like go and write out, 4 times and then write the matrix and then minus and then the other matrix. You don't need to write all that out. This is sufficient since you're doing it on your calculator. So I would say go over to your calculator and input all of those to it. All right, we have them all. All right, so we had 4a minus b, so we can actually type that all in as one thing. So 4, and then second matrix. Now you can just pick the named one, so a minus second matrix b. So it should look just like basically it is on your paper. Hit enter, and it has solved it for you. So you get the 2 by 2, that's 2, negative 4, 18, negative 4.
What did you get, Riley?
2, negative 4, 6,
I got 2, 28, 18, negative 4.
I got
My guess is the bottom.
probably
You got what, Virginia?
wrong.
I would go back and check and make sure.
Oh, I know what I did wrong. I had just a regular 4 rather than a negative.
Wants my calculator to be dirty.
Okay, there we go. That's better.
Everything's right on mine.
These are your two matrix A and B.
Oh, it's supposed to be -6.
Yeah, I had a +4 in matrix A rather than -4.
That'll do it. That's why I say always check when you plug stuff in, because
Well, that's the thing, I did check it.
I had 6 written down on my paper. And
Ah.
I was like, oh yeah, that's right. And then, yeah, it wasn't wrong.
all right. So, anyways, that whole section of 16 through 23 uses these. So when you go to do them, you can just use you can just leave them plugged in. If you needed to use another matrix to do something in your calculator, I would just say if you're doing an earlier problem with it, just plug it into matrix E or something like that and just leave those 4 for right now.
So it's okay if we do those first, though?
Yeah, that's totally fine. All right, let's see, we have 2 more. So, if we have 2 matrices that are equal to each other, or like 2 that are being added together and are equal to something, as long as they all have the same dimensions, then in the same spot, they should be equal. So if you have like a 2 by 2 matrix on this side is equal to this 2 by 2 matrix, your top left should be equal to your top left. Okay, if not, then something is wrong. So they're asking us to solve for a variable now. So in 24, we have the 2 by 2, -1, 3x, -4, 5 is equal to -1, -18, 2y, and 5. So notice that the ones that don't have variables on them, so top left, they're both equal to -1. Bottom right are both equal to 5. Okay, so we're going to take and basically set up a one-step equation with these. So we'll have 3x is equal to -18, because we want to know what x is equal to. So then we can divide by 3, so x is equal to -6. And then we can do the same thing with y. -4 is equal to 2y. So divide by 2, so y is equal to -2. And that's all you have to do for those. Now let's do one that's a little bit harder, where we actually have to do something first. So 26, we have 2 times the 2 by 2 matrix, 8, -x, 5, 6, minus the 2 by 2 matrix, 3, -9, 10, -4y, is equal to the 2 by 2 matrix, 13, 4, 0, and 16. So this one's going to require a couple more lines of work, because we've got scalar multiplication first that we've got to do, and then we'll have to do subtraction, and then we'll have to have them set equal to each other. So I'm going to multiply this 2 through all of them first. So I'm going to have 2 times 8, so 16, 2 times -x, so -2x, 2 times 5 is 10, 2 times 6 is 12. Then minus this other one, 3, -9, 10, -4y. And just copy down the other one on the other side. So now I need the left to become one matrix, so I'm going to combine those things together. So keep in mind that the rule of like terms still apply. Anyways. So you have 16 minus 3. So this one's a minus. That's good because we didn't have a minus one earlier. 16 minus 3 is 13. -2x minus -9. So that's going to be -2x plus 9. 10 minus 10 is 0. And then 12 minus negative 4y is 12 plus 4y is equal to the stuff on the other side. And so it's good. The first two things in the matrix, okay, that don't have variables are the same. So that means that we've done something right. So then we just have to set the negative 2x plus 9 equal to 4 and solve. And then the 12 plus 4y equal to 16 and solve. So negative 2x is equal to negative 5. Then divide, so x is equal to 5 halves. And then on the other side, 4y is equal to 4. Y is equal to 1. And I mean, you can always plug them back in and check and make sure that it, you know, makes sense. Any questions about any of those ones? All right, so as far as the first problems, no, I don't care what order you do them in. If you want to go through and do the ones on the calculator first, you can. But the ones that I'm assigning you to do, you really shouldn't need a calculator for. So the first three problems you wouldn't need a calculator for, and then that's when you get to the calculator ones after that. So 5, 8, 11, 17, 21, and 25. And 17 and 21 are the two calculator ones.